Hi. Curious girl. Why you wasting me? Hi, everyone.
What's going on? Welcome back to another week of the Good Girl podcast. It's Ren here with Jody. Big up Kevario wherever he is.
Wow, wherever he is.
Not to talk Kevario this week.
They never even get to even see him. Lord God, let's still see him. Jeez, don't worry. Because we had promised a long time if people them say, would I do like a video with him? Oh, God,
No,
jeez, we're gonna see him soon. We're gonna introduce him
to the world.
and show other.
Yes. So jumping right in. The goodie of the week is tell them Jodes.
I think no other than Cicely Tyson. I feel like she has been a staple in every black person's home. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, and you know what's so funny I read? Because, the funny thing is, like, when people die, like, you're reading more about their life and the lives that they live. Of course, she lived a beautiful life. She had no children. Hello. Also, she started her career at age 30. So, guys, you know what I mean? That time is not against you. People think that the life is running out and oh my God, this my time, like time is running. No, you can start your career and restart a career at any given time, guys. So there's a little motivation for you as well. But yes, I think our good of the week is Cicely Tyson. Rest in peace, rest in power, and she did amazing things.
No, I agree. I think that she was one of those real change makers. I think that it was almost. I said it to my friend that when she died, it was just like no, but she was 96. She lived a full life.
Exactly, exactly. So I feel like everybody's just like sad, but they're not like super sad because so she lived a good life.
Lived a good life, and to live to 96, that's a blessing. That's true.
Blessing.
She was also a vegetarian, so that made me even think about like how I eat and stuff like that because I was like, wow, she was 96. That's
Wow.
amazing. I didn't even know she didn't have any kids. I didn't know that.
No, yeah, she and Betty White.
Yeah,
I,
that's the key. That is the key.
it might just be.
Just be the key. Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Yeah, it might just be.
it might just be the key. But yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Rest in peace to the legend, the queen, Cicely Tyson. I guess her legacy will live on through movies, and I hope that you guys do not wash out history and show nothing to them the good movie them. Yes, because we love to do that. We kind of back a bird at her. No, they must think we live on a farm.
It's just sweet, sweet Jamaica. Oh gosh.
Ah, sweet, sweet Jamaica. Fact. Anyway, I'm gonna get down.
No, I don't own any. This is. We're gonna definitely ignore these. I don't. There's okay. So there's this dog that is beside my complex. That any car that pass, any person that walks by, makes a lot of sound. So I don't know.
Oh my gosh, the dog is saying, "Free me, please, free me." Anyways, so the topic for this week is so we wanted to discuss idols become rivals. I think it's a broad topic, but it also is stemming from what happened earlier I think 2 weeks ago with Spice and Shensia, and then you're seeing the competition online with like they're comparing like baby Lil Baby and Drake, and I think Charlamagne from the Breakfast Club would have said something this week that kind of sent the internet into our rears,
As always.
as always. um so I think that's just, what do you think about that, like idols become rivals?
The funny thing is, guys, everybody have their idols, right? People who they idolize, I don't really believe in stuff like that. But there are people who really have their idols. I really look up to them, and then eventually, because maybe they're even mentors. You see them mentor you, get connection, you mentor you, and then guess what? You start to kind of like, well, I mean, thanks for the knowledge, but this I can use this now, and I can grow, and you're growing until you end up being in the same hemisphere. essentially just being able to compete on that level because you've garnered all this knowledge, you've gained experience over the time, and you really got some gems from them being a mentor or just overall in you building your career or whatever it is that you looked up to them for. And it's not uncommon. I feel like a more like a really, 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 really famous, situation would have been Birdman and Little Wayne, and how Birdman used to be mentor and used to call him daddy. I honestly thought he was his father at a point in time. I swear to God, because it's just like daddy this, daddy that. I'm gonna say wait there. Oh, your father looks so young, but anyways, he basically raised him like a son, mentor him and all of that until they got in a real big fallout based on competition, based on money and all of that. So, they became rivals. And I think what we need to kind of understand is like a lot of people, and I always say this, a lot of people love to see the good, but never better than them. So it's I feel like it's bound to happen in a lot of situations. If some people had no pure, they're willing to give you the gems and whatever when they realize that you're not able to compete with them. But once you're on that level now, it starts to like, like what? Like what's going on here? And again, I always say there's always space for everybody, but not everybody thinks the same way. Everybody can't eat that food. I mean, you can't eat all the food in the world. Like you have to leave some for some people. Like come on, it's called gluttony, guys. They can't eat all the food. So that's I don't know. My take on it is just like it's kind of inevitable in some cases.
Yeah, I get what you're saying in terms of it being inevitable. Like your idols, you really should. I mean, and that's what you're working towards. I mean, if you set, I don't believe in idolizing people either because you really don't know what going on. But I can idolize an aspect of your life. So
Right.
I look up to people. So for example, for I idolize Drea and I idolize this girl named Cuban Doll for fitness because I like how they enjoy
Right.
like their body.
Oh yeah. Oh joy.
Yes. So you know what I mean? That's my fitness goal. I idolize different persons in the field. For example, in marketing, I have a specific person who I look to and I say, okay, yeah, man, she's always on the ball. For entrepreneurship, I look to somebody else. I think I find different aspects in people to look at. Okay, what do I like that you're doing here? And I take pieces of that. But in terms of idolizing, but in terms of idols becoming rivals, where I think it's more mentorship. I think it's a thing where if you're directly being mentored by this person, right, and they become on a level that is even more massive to you, I think it's something that you should look on and admire, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you put them, your predecessor. Is it predecessor? Yeah, I don't.
Protege.
Yeah, I'd like no, your protege should the protege should be better than the predecessor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely it should be a thing where you look you look at it and you say, yeah, man, I'm proud of this. But I feel like in society it's not
Mm-hmm.
like that. I feel like something happens when these people get older.
Yeah.
They I don't know, and the thing is I'm still young, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what you experience as an older person that
But the thing is, my thing is also it's you can't stay at the top forever. It's at some point you have to pass on the throne, you have to pass on the torch to someone else who you would have invested so much time and effort and experience into. And I feel like even when Vibes Cartel was bringing Tommy, wow, Jody popcorn,
wow, you
you know
just
he brought popcorn and popcorn never did all that at first. And situations happened with Vasco Hotel, and he wasn't able to produce music as he would have been able to, I really like bill him thing as much. And of course popcorn rose to the occasion, right? And a lot of people were really like chattering about how him for that, how him for this, is me how him for this cartel who Ray who would have brought him to be this person and Tate, and it's just like, brother, like he would have built his craft. Like he's now at this point able to lead dancehall in a way that's probably people never saw the potential in him, but he took opportunity, take the lessons, and run with it.
yeah, but I think it's something with the older heads coming for the new school, because even when you hear like persons in older music is a good example. When you hear persons in older music talking about what's happening when the young what the young people are doing is not music or just statements like that, and I'm like, when you were doing what you were doing, people thought you were.
People thought the same thing. Yeah.
I mean, so it's just like I don't understand how you get there. I just don't understand how they get there, because
Yeah.
like when I see my little brother or I see younger people doing certain things, I'm not I'm not crazed by it, right? I don't TikTok, but I can understand. Like we used to dub smash, you know what I mean? So it's
And Thriller
and
and
yeah,
Vine and them some there. Yeah.
it's just like when you see persons, when you see persons doing whatever, it's just a new school. It's just what people want to do.
Yeah. Although I'm not gonna lie to some of them new age rap, Lord Jesus, I cannot.
Yeah,
Me not, and my age is showing. Me not care, but me just can't. The show thing and it just not make no sense.
no, but to appearance, what we listen to don't make no sense.
Bugu yaga.
Buku Yaga, Jesus, I understand what you're that when I go Buku Yaga.
Agreed. Agreed. I just can't imagine like what my children will be listening to. Like, oh,
So
what?
yeah, the speed,
They tell me say you're not gonna listen to Ashanti and Keisha Cole.
you know,
No. All right.
just like whatever they're singing is going to be at the speed that like. But even modern R&B to me don't sound like R&B that I'm used to, right?
No. I mean, I always sad, like, no little love story. Like, I always tell a story back in the day about, you know, a girl. But I'm just sound sad. I'm really sad. Like, oh, this nigga. Oh. It's just like, why you not so sad? Can speak of love in our life, man.
But I don't know. I think even when you take it outside of the music industry, in regular working class world, somebody will take you on and they'll train you, and they're upset when you rise. You know,
True. I've
they're
seen
upset when
it.
I've
I've
seen
seen it.
it times. They It's always do good, but do better than me.
Why you like so like yeah like why and again especially in some fields I will see that some people at some in some fields some people after a certain age how do I say this after a certain age your I mean you have experience.
You have an expiration date in everything.
You do have an expiration date, and it's
Everything.
because they want fresh ideas and the way the world is going. It's everything linked to a digital and technical background and all of that. And so it's kind of like me. It's like I think I remember like working in an organization where I really had to show the person like really how to use like applications on the computer in a more efficient way. And I'm just thinking like, wow, what is this? And they were afraid to kind of like really develop their skills in that way because people fear change. A lot of older people as well fear change, and I think it's something you should embrace and make yourself a little bit more invaluable. um you can be a little more indispensable if it is that you know more and embrace new trends and new technology and all of that, as opposed to be afraid of it and shy away from it. And then when it is that we use the younger generation uses that to their advantage and pretty much like kind of gain our expertise in those things, then it's just like, oh, like why, there's no competition, but there's really no competition when it is that the person would have had the edge because they would have be shown no interest in expanding their knowledge base.
It's not only that though. It's not only that, right? It's just wow, these dogs. Sorry. It's not only that. It's the fact that this person is coming in, right? And I'm not even talking about at our workplace only, right? Wherever I understand at our workplace because you're scared of your job. That actually makes a lot of sense to me, but it also means that you need to find, ways to make yourself relevant, or if you need to find things that make you unique, right? That you can trade, you can guide, but I think that when especially it's your business or it's your like music or something like that, right? There's always that thing where you don't feel like more than one person can be on top. And what I love about
Strange.
yeah, what I love about the generation that is well below me is that they like to put each other on. like this generation of sharing information.
Yeah.
I've said,
But why you think you're not part of that generation? You think you're a millennial?
I
Talk to me.
think I think I'm right in between. I don't think I'm
Oh,
millennial, but I'm definitely not Gen X.
okay, okay.
There.
Ano Z?
Huh?
Oh, X coming, ano Z?
Aziz? X?
No, yeah, Gen Z.
Me Aziz?
Girl, I had so many letters, I can't bother. Anyways.
Me no know. Me even one of them. Me in between so. Um, so, but what I'm saying is that the this idea of sharing information, I feel like it's historic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because historically, there weren't a lot of jobs, there weren't a lot of opportunities. People have started making their own opportunities. The world
Mm-hmm.
is just a different landscape than it was before.
Way different.
Like racial biases, color prejudice, things like that. I think that would have contributed to how you behave in terms of, because it was really only one spot at one time. Remember, it was only when Lil Kim did a rap, only Lil Kim you did a year. Then you did hear
Yeah.
Rihanna. Like she opened the door for other women.
Yeah, and then we hear oh my god, what's your name? And what's your name? And she was in Rough Riders. Wow, Eve. Oh my god, she was so good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eve. That's what I'm saying. So like it it makes no sense because I think well personally I believe my sole purpose, and I believe everybody's sole purpose, is to be in service to others. I don't think you have no other reason to be here than to be in service to others, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if whatever you're doing and you feel like you've served others, I don't think you should always compete, right? But then I feel like I don't know what they're experiencing, right? Because as I said, we still young, we're still in our prime, as they would call it. So I think that it's kind of very hard for a person who is leaving and they still feel like they have more to do. But I think, playing devil's advocate, I think it's kind of hard to see somebody with such bright ideas, such whatever, and not get jealous. It's kind of hard.
I guess sometimes because I mean he get threatened and he threatened because he sees that it's so some our industries are so fickle where it sees that you're hot today and you're not tomorrow. And I'll take it back to even the dancehall industry. Yeah, the dancehall industry. Even in Jamaica where females artists are, it's not a lot. So I can see where it is that at first. So I should have been like, yeah, I can bring that girl in the she go do things and we're gonna take over the dancer industry, females are running the place. And then you see the she have become way bigger than you would have thought she would have been way bigger than you thought she would have become. And then now it's just like, whoa, because at that point it's really just a handful of them and it's not a lot to go around. I mean it's already super competitive. So she's just like, whoa, 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 another person to compete with and it's a female, Jesus. So I feel like not that I can understand, but I'm assuming that's maybe the rationale.
Yeah, I don't know. I never like, let me tell you, I've always been at like the everything is an anti-spice number one fan. But I've never been like, 'cause I get what she was trying to say because she's saying nobody has ever emulated her and or said that they've studied her. But to me, you're a veteran, you know how that I go sound. So it just sound away. And when I saw it, I was that before even the drama happened, when I saw what she said, I was like, this kind of sound away. You know what I mean? I wasn't even thinking of Shensi. I was just thinking about all the girls in dancehall who have bigger up. You get me? I
Yeah.
didn't directly think of Shensi. I just thought that kind of look away for you. Just
But Spice a veteran though, like
yeah,
veteran, like when Spice Up perform. Remember when the Spice Up perform? I'm sticking her like this. She's not as thick as you've seen her now. Like
yeah, true.
me, I see them days that when she not still had blue ear and then she's skinny like what. And like she really try and she push and whatever. Um, now she did sing wrong pinch up with Vibes Cartel, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, from them time, then she boss and them up there. So for me, I mean, she worked hard. Like she has worked her bottom off, and I respect that for her. And she has not take the easy road. She really walk. You know?
Yeah, she's still relevant though, but I don't know. But I mean, you know what? You know what? I'm speaking on females. You know what is also like a thing too. I don't know. Well, I used to experience it. It's like a lot of older women not liking younger girls. Like
Why?
genuinely, I feel like
Why they're not liking them?
let me tell you, it's a competition thing. Even in the workplace, everywhere you go. Like every time I experience like unless the like it's sound away, but this is just my experience. You guys can have your own. But unless like the older woman is like happily married, like married and happy and comfortable with herself, like her life comfortable. If you like, they compete with young girls, like younger girls, like older women are constantly competing. And personally, me, I like to learn from older women, but they're
Right.
yeah, no, I like to learn from them because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I can avoid enough mistake because them always have the
Yeah, and they drop them gems if they're willing to, at least.
if they're willing to. But I feel like there's always a competition, and I think kind of men make the competition because you have a man who like when I thought of, I was like, yo, me and my friends were saying, yo, we're no longer the girls, like we're no longer the hot girls, like, the girls, but it's a new set. You have the 18-year-old them where come, we look good,
They're looking very grown.
they look grown and out and stunting, and I'm like, hey, you're a man, I guess new meat, fresh meat. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and then you always owe to somebody, and somebody's always going to one up you. And I feel like that's how it should be. It shouldn't be.
And then it's fine. It's also fine as well. Because at the end of the day, really and truly, I think people should be competing with the older version of themselves.
True.
But I mean, life is not like that, and life isn't as straightforward. And oh my God, yes, compete with yourself, the older version of yourself. Like people are gonna. It's not like something that they're doing consciously. Sometimes people are just subconsciously competing with things or idea of things and an idea of how you think somebody's living because it may not even be true. But it's like, maybe I can do that. Not too, but maybe how I can improve on this. And sometimes it's very healthy. I would say it's super healthy and it helps you to bring your A game and boost your performance and, really step it up a little
But
bit.
some
But it gets unhealthy when it is that you're just like, it starts to mix with envy.
yeah, no,
And that's what it's like
yeah.
dangerous.
But some competition is good because even you remember who Kim Kardashian was? Like Paris Hilton. I used to just see her behind Paris.
I remember, and when we spoke about the topic, I thought of her instantly. I thought of Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton.
Like this girl done outgrown. Like when I say outgrown, she outgrew her. PR predecessor. Like she
No, I mean Paris Hilton have her money same way. She's
no
just
Paris
that
have it broke, but in terms of
mhm,
Kardashian, the notoriety,
the relevance, yeah.
relevance, the fame. Like I feel like Paris was always craving that. I think Paris was always because Paris is still the it girl. Like she'll always be a it girl for us. Like Paris was the first to ever do it. Like make
But not of this generation, because
but
most
no,
people.
yeah, because you know what I mean. 'Cause even I was talking to somebody who's in high school, and I was asking like saying Paris and something, and they're just like, "Oh, Kim Kardashian's friend." I was,
Oh, child.
I was, like, what you mean
Hello.
Kim
Oh,
Kardashian?
you know Paris and I look at Chihuahua. Where she go? Hello.
And then
Hello. What?
I said, "Do you know Nicole Richie?" And they were just like, "No." And I said, "What?"
Ooh, and her little show that she did have when they live on the.
I
Oh my
was, I
gosh.
was like, "Wow," So it's really.
It's yeah.
I think also it kind of hard. It depends on the industry you're in, right? Because
Yeah.
industries like marketing, digital, anything that has to do with current or staying popular or staying within popular culture, it's aga hard for you to not compete. It's aga hard for you to not compete.
And again, there's healthy competition. Nothing wrong with that.
Even alright, because even I don't think the thing is with Birdman and Wayne thinking about it was never. I don't think Birdman was competing with Wayne. I think it was just more like "Me nah go pay you," you know what I mean? So it was more monetary. But I think like even people. I think people kind of put competition to amongst persons by comparing them by doing certain things because. I was shocked when remember when Nicki Minaj and Cardi B were having their beef. I was kind of shocked with how Nicki handled that because I remember how she felt about Lil Kim and the whole situation with her and Lil Kim. So, and then
Hmm.
come back and for you to relive and see it with Cardi B, it's kind of like, it's like
Which is really like I crawl so you could walk.
Yeah, like it was not.
Yeah.
It was just. It was more like. Let me tell you, it was more like Lil Kim. People always said Nicki Minaj compared saying, Nicki Minaj didn't give Lil Kim respect, blah 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 blah, foolishness.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it was just weird for me to see her also to be coming at Cardi, or competing, or you know what I mean, or
Mhm.
doing the same thing, because it's like when you were coming up, you were complaining about the same thing. But
You're right.
like I feel like when it comes to things like this, like competition, or you the person you idolize, or when you're on top, when you're on top, that's the thing with climbing.
Everybody wants and everybody wants to compete with you on top because you're how many idols now. You're idols of so many people, sorry. So therefore everybody's just like, yo, I'm coming for her, I'm coming. I want to be like her, I want to be like him. Not some I have to. So it's way harder. But again, you still can, pay a little respect. You still can, mentor off one and two people and whatever, nothing wrong. You can't keep information to yourself, isn't it? So I like when artists, especially artists, I like when artists bring new people to the scene. And, you cannot watch them flourish and them do feel away. And them, isn't because Chloe and Haley, they do big things. And Beyonce probably sitting back like, I chose right. I chose right.
Who's
So,
good at that? I think Sean Paul is good at that. I think Sean Paul is an artist who I actually I was having this conversation with a friend of mine that Sean Paul is probably the real king of dancehall, like all the way going.
but we're just Jamaican people do rating, but internationally, love
I don't
him.
think Jamaican people do not rate Sean Paul. I just think Sean Paul is just not controversial enough for what we like in.
And it's also because he's not trying to be in the mix, him
And
doing thing, and
and
he's the definition of staying in.
never yet going in a scandal. Him have
No.
him wife. Him always keep peace.
Him go travel doing tour them and come back. Him go in and I guess him
Him,
playing him lane, him making money. What you mean? That's all him do.
no, but
And you see him come out with a banger
yeah.
and he say, him gone in again and come out with another banger with another international collab and you say, mad thing and him gone in again. Him no need like you see me?
Yeah. No, but the thing is, what I like, what I was saying, he's one of those persons who will just collab with like a young artist. Like I think him have a song with like when Alkaline did just come out, him have a song with Alkaline. I see him doing him thing with Ching Ching.
Mm-hmm.
I think does he have a song with he had a song with Mr. Royal the other day. Like I think he have a song with Philly Bang. I don't even want to lie. Same type of thing. Sean Paul featuring.
Oh yes. You know who just comes to mind as a perfect person who bring the youths? Drum roll protege.
Exactly.
Him say, me and him, everybody and him,
Fact.
everybody and him,
Fact.
cause we're there at the same table, and I love that his last video. Like it really depicted the way how it is the Last Supper. Everybody is at the table. Everybody I eat with him because this what we come and take over reggae, and we're gonna take it over together.
I love the new school reggae artists, man. I like what they.
Yes,
I like what
yes,
I really like.
yes.
Yeah,
And I feel like, you know what, I also see in that too, because of course there are a few females that can bring to, and there's a lot of people who always try to compare like the compare the success of others. Like I know they always come trying to compare Savannah with Lila Ike because Savannah been a tribus before Lila, and Lila just come and she do her thing, and I'm just like, you know what though? Guess what? Some people again, and I will say reference the same example I did before with Cicely Tyson. Some people have their different timelines for different things. You can't say Lena Bus in an X amount of time and Savannah at least for how many years and Shana Bus. And it might not be Savannah time to be that mainstream. It may not be her time to be blown up. She may be now still holding her craft
you
and it's
bring
the
up a
right
good
time.
point. You bring up a good point with this topic. Time.
Mm-hmm.
Time. Because everything is for a time.
Time.
Everything is for a time. Nothing only salvation.
Not before time, exactly.
No, nothing before. And then the thing is, to you see, if you get your time and you get your run, enjoy it. But you should always put in the back of your head that, listen, when you see it happening now, and when you see somebody come up, support. You know who's good at that too? Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg is so good at that.
Yeah.
Like even how he was with Nipsey Hussle and all of that. Like I
Yeah.
admire
And him don't want nothing more than nothing. Like, him don't want nothing from it. It's just like remember him and Pharrell back in the day. Him and Pharrell back in the day.
yeah, fact.
And him a bring Pharrell.
I never back in
And
the day, like I never about 5 or 6 years ago.
Huh? No, well, it's again, my age is showing. So it's actually pretty much longer than that because well, I ain't been relevant in a minute. But
Yeah.
and then you see where Pharrell started his own thing and him do what him do to what's her name again?
Who's that?
Tiana Taylor,
Mm. Oh yeah.
you know?
He was.
And it's just like Jano Star, like you really just want to a career, you sign the girl and then nothing. Like, no? Alright, cool. You
Yeah,
know? So
I don't know. I think you have. Yeah, but I think you have those people. I think you have. I don't know. Savannah.
pay it forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have those people who definitely pay it forward, and I think it's just something you have to do. That's why I said I think you just genuinely be here to be in service to others. So once you understand that, you will go on about your day and not compete. Like me here to the bigger man them like I behave like young girl, and or the big man them I behave like young boy. Me hate see like me think people
But you know
but
what's so funny? And in all of this, what I'm gathering is that females are a lot more competitive. I might be wrong. I don't know if there's a study on this. I don't know. I might be talking foolishness. But I just feel like it's somewhat of a gender thing, and I think it's constructed by society. We're already pinned against each other, where it is that guys are kind of like not usually pinned against each other that much because there's not so many eyes on men and men doing well and way. It's more on women and oh, you don't have a child. Oh my god, like like you're how old and you don't get married yet? Like it's always this thing. It's always this like, oh, you need to be this or you need to be that or whatever. So wow, that's a main takeaway.
no. I think I think it's personal. I think it's on a person by person level because I think that with men, I feel like they silently compete with other men. Like them care. Like I think men care or let on care more than what they let on. Like because they will see something and say, "Yeah, man, I want to." But then I think men aspire to be it, while
Ah,
yeah, I think men aspire to be it, while women want to take you out.
it's more aspirational.
Yeah.
It's way more aspirational in how they think, and it's just like, yo, dog, I rate him, like. Wonder if we could have a conversation with him and try to get a. Isn't he? It's more that than wow. Who she think she is? You know?
And just at the same time, some a man might argue. This is probably not even something for us to speak on because we're a man. But a man might say, "Yo, if a man reach a certain level or have certain amount of money, he might have to constantly protect himself because people are trying to kill him. Like literally, people will kill you just because you have money. Like if
Well, yes.
yeah, that's what I mean. People will rob you and kill you. I mean, I think we as females have to worry about things like that. Like we'll probably have to worry about pettiness,
Yeah.
but not that.
I mean, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
Exactly.
All in, yeah,
So it's like I think men have to worry more about that. So it's like when you see a man like I've been out with a guy and him just a move like him not understand. But then when you think about it, it's like it makes sense because if you reach a certain level, say yo somebody always a try to take you out, and he's like for what? Because even if Hustle, rest in peace, like him never for him dead for nothing,
nothing.
nothing like, and that's what happens. I feel like most times when it's that jealousy or whatever starts to take root because
Yeah,
trust me, jealousy is that ugly
I love that thing.
is that
Yeah,
ugly emotion. It's not a good emotion to have. But I think that I think that I hope that one day when I reach a level where I am inspiring people or somebody is under me that I will look back to this podcast episode and remember because I don't want to compete with anybody. I want to always say to people I want to age with grace. I think
yeah,
it's so important and I don't think because I pray for things like that, like to age with grace. Come I hate see when like a girl on come up or like a and you get jealous or like just pray with them thing the outer your spirit because
yeah. You have to pray, and it's something I've spoken to my friend about, and it's just like people do experience moments of them feeling like, wish or wow, I wish couldn't be me, man.
yeah.
And when I start feeling away there, you have to pray. Him say him always pray on it. because it's not something that he wants to start to fester and it develop and grow into this monster. Him pray upon it because him say this is not one good emotion. You pray it away.
I have
You
a friend
literally pray
that
it away.
exactly. I have a friend, and every Valentine's Day she get depressed. Every Valentine's
Get
Day
what?
get depressed, right?
Oh, oh, oh.
Single, if she's single during a Valentine's Day, she get depressed. And my I said to her, say, like I'm like, yo, my girl, no. I say, you can't to me, you see, even Christmas, my Christmas was not how I wanted it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said like a couple pictures and little whatever and the family stuff. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, like that is so nice. Like
Yeah.
I think and it's always an important thing that I say. Like I always say, when God blesses your neighbor, He's in your neighborhood, right? So me always just say, yo, it's yours and it's your time. Cause you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what people are going through. You don't know what happened in a
You really don't know.
own, right? And the thing is that and on top of the when adults become rivals topic, you don't know how much more work or you might have done it this way, but you don't know what this person do when them in the comfort of them home when them are
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how much work or extra effort them put in. You don't know if
Mm-hmm.
people used to work Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. But them come out on a Saturday and say, yeah man, I'm going to do some work on my laptop. Or you don't know what
Yeah.
they did to give themselves that extra oomph. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
even sometimes when you see it or whatever, don't think that should it, like I don't know or lose grip. Understand that your time is your time, and know what you contribute to whatever situation you're in, and let it go. Like me hate the competition. Me hate when the big people am compete with like the young people or like
Just anybody at all at this point because it means people can be on the same level and still competing, and I just don't.
and
It's
as a
not. It's
mentor,
not good.
if you're a mentor, you should want the people behind under you to be bigger than you. Look at
Too big word, yes.
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne gave us Nicki and Drake. Like,
Period.
and he's so happy. Like, him and them good. Everything good. Like, because that's how it should be. You
Hmm.
want whoever is under you to be better than you.
And they are great, exactly. And the thing is,
Some people then pick me now. People are come people then pick me.
no, but then no, that's not even. But then Drake is also somebody that I notice he tries to pay it forward as well, and I have to respect. I have to respect things like that. But really, see him try him doing thing and try to pay it forward because it's never easy. I mean, it's never easy.
Yeah.
But him learn certain things over the years, and him say, "Oh, Ray, I'm not gonna put you on. I'm not gonna try to put you on until you bite the feet, bite the hand. That what
Drake
they do
represents
so."
Weekend, right? Or the Weekend was popular before Drake?
Come again?
Was the Weekend popular before Drake, or is Drake put on the Weekend?
No, Weeknd was an underground artist, so I think it's Drake make him really become a
You know
mainstream
what?
artist as he is right now.
No, when I think about it, like all the mainstream artists, like all of them got like an early feature from Drake, or the Migos.
Exactly, yeah, man. No, that's what I'm saying. But for rate man like him,
Yeah, true. True. 21 Savage. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
him put you on. If see something in him, say, alright, no man, drop a one song with you, and then it plummets into something even better, and it's just like their own career just can get started and easy me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But no, I don't like yeah, I think it's understanding what it is to be a mentor. I think some of people have people under them and don't know how to be a leader in a management, in a everything,
There's managers and there's leaders, babes.
them don't know how to be, them don't know how to do it, them don't know how to guide,
Yeah.
how to give guidance, them don't know, what I mean? And let me tell
Because you should be constantly coaching, professionally and personally.
but at the same time, if you have a mentee who is constantly trying to take you out, there's a flip side to it, Because you have the little mentee them where, them want to take you out or them with
It's a vendetta, like I need to.
yeah, like I'm going to hurt this person so I can be on top. You have enough people who step on the shoulders of people who have helped them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have those situations. So I understand you being cautious or them being careful because you do have that. Like you have people who maliciously get up and say, "Yeah, man, me I go hurt you," or "Me I go try to do something to, you know, make you
Yeah.
come out of the top spot." Or because again, jealousy is a heck of an emotion.
It's a disease, girl. Disease.
It's a heck of an emotion. So anyway, in conclusion? What do you have to say about idols becoming rivals?
In conclusion, everybody should pay it forward no matter how small you think you know. you may know enough to, help somebody if it's not in a great capacity. Just if you see somebody even just join a company or just start something new and they want to, hey, how you do that or whatever. Because I mean, I'm sure you've gotten persons ask you about how to start a podcast.
Like,
Similarly me, and you just share the information because why not? I mean, Jamaican podcasting can really be booming, and it's the baddest thing ever, as well as how Jamaican YouTube is booming right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my thing is pay it forward. My thing is you're gonna if it is that you're doing a great job as being a mentor, your mentee is gonna reach a certain level where they're gonna be on your level or even higher. And I mean that's okay because it's not taking the food out of your mouth. You get what I'm saying? You're still doing your thing as long as you're trying to improve yourself at all times. You shouldn't have anything to worry about.
My 2 cents is stop compete with young people, old people, and and young people do stop the back of the people. Them work with them until you get spare time. That is my
Right through.
that's
Right through.
conclusion. Wow, conclusion. Okay. So our listener question this week. This person asked, "How? What's the best way to basically handle a breakup? They're going through a breakup, and they want to know some coping mechanisms." You go first. Take an ex man, girl. Take an ex man. I don't know.
Oh, we're not bringing back toxic Renee. What the
Leave
hell?
man. Take an ex man. Go.
It's a new year. I don't understand. You come back with the foolishness.
No, let me tell you. Okay, it depends. All right, it depends on the length of time. We didn't give any details, but it depends on the length of time. If it's like new relationship, I think because all right, I'll be hurt. I give myself a month, a day, a month for each month we were together. So I was talking to somebody for like 3 months. So I gave myself 3 days to get over it. Right? That's personally me. Because I'm full of it. But
Truly.
yeah,
Coming over what I dress.
yeah, no, for true. So it depends on the amount of time and then all that you've invested. If you don't have children, that's a good order. If you guys have been together for a while or like years, it's going to be a little bit harder. But I think that it's to just understand. The main thing in that with a breakup for me is to understand that life goes on, and when you really look at like especially your age, no matter what age you are, if you are 40, right? You have people who live on Cicely Tyson, you have people who live to 96. You think she care about one man when she did it when she are 40? Yeah? So I always just remember say life is an ongoing thing. And in a couple months, in a couple years, whatever, me I go find somebody else and them are gonna probably stress me out. I'm gonna remember feel them stress. So it's like I think that is going to or me and them are gonna be happy and live happy ever after. Like the pan good girl Spice. You think Spice is what I think it maybe father? Should I
She tell about talk about him though.
no it's not about her. Him it's about her. And she has to respond. Right?
She do have to. But anyways.
No, but even something there and even something there. You think Queen Naja care about Chris? No.
No.
She care
She
about her
good.
parents, and that's what I'm saying. Like life goes on, or when you move on. So I understand lingering feelings, but I think that's save your emotions for things that matter. You picnic them. You getting.
Wow, I love how you putting children on the person.
What is that?
I love how you putting children onto the person.
Or like for me, I don't have any kids, so when I go to a breakup, I just always think, "Jano, money for rich, someone can't, that money can't see me, and wish him never make that mistake. Yeah, money for herb and get my money, someone can't
Wow.
that boy. Yeah, that's how I."
Thank you for your solid advice. Whoa. Just a few things came to my mind. Please don't post crying pictures on the internet. Or videos. Please don't post the quotes them talking about people and we hate people and people this and people that like
Go
popular.
here, girl.
Like a popular young man that was in a that ended his marriage, right? Number three, revenge body. Yeah, no. Hello? You need to, if you're not in shape already, use this as a time to work on yourself. self love, self care, all of it, everything, every ounce of it. Because at the end of the day, no man can let make you pop down. All right. So we're gonna work on ourselves. If it is that we're not perfect, which we aren't, we're gonna work out at home if we have to. We're gonna eat clean. We're gonna meditate. We're gonna obviously media kind of the whole hang out with friends thing because you know the panorama, the Panera bread that we're currently experiencing. But I would say you tap into you just at the time. If it is that you had a business idea that you were stalling because you're so intertwined in this relationship, that's it, girl. Is that girl, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. If it is that there's something that you wanted to learn, like a new skill or so, and you never did really focus on it because intertwined in love, do it. It is the time for you to work on you and your best version of yourself because at the end of the day, you want, and not because I'm saying like, oh, everybody revenge this, revenge that. No, but at the end of the day, you want to know that, and you always have to know that you are the prize. Like he is missing something. Like you're not missing anything. I mean, yeah, you might be missing a few things, but you want at the end of the day, you are the prize, and you want to ensure that you feel good about yourself regardless.
No, if you never if somebody I always do like if you leave my life and it don't make a difference. You see if you left me sad. You see if you did like every month, yeah, help me. The difference have been huge.
But you don't know the situation.
No,
You
but
don't
that's
know.
it. If like for example, if your man left and him did a pay a school fee, that will hurt longer. But I just
It's gonna hurt a little bit, yeah.
think if you look on the cost and whatever, so I understand that them something there. But you see when the boy not do nothing for you, or the girl not do nothing for your youth, but then stress you out, let them go on. Let them go.
And it sometimes people are attached to the idea of a relationship. It's not the relationship that they're mourning. They're mourning the fact that they're no longer in a relationship and they just feel
Enjoy
lonely.
yourself, live
Um,
life.
because some people have relationships for different reasons. Some people have relationships for sole companionship. To be honest, I mean, there's no, it's like it's because they just have this need to be around people and need to have someone in their life. They may have abandonment issues. They may have that issues, about mother issues, anything, and so they've leaned on a relationship to cope or just to, because I mean you actually can't get over those issues. That's actually therapy required, but just to cope. And so we want to know that the next relationship that you go into, you'll be able to be emotionally available and just be your best you. And so I think this is the perfect recipe to kind of move on and move forward with your life, because again, you don't want to sit down and remember the time that you're mourning and wasting away your precious time mourning over something that never means to be mourned or mourned for so long. So you don't want to look back and think of all the time that you wasted. That's gonna be even more depressing.
And again, I close by saying, take an next man.
Oh my god.
I close. That was the Good Girl podcast. You can listen to Judy's good advice or my toxic one. But I strongly believe in taking an ex man. Right? Could be
Never pay no man.
his brother.
Are you listening to you guys? And I want you to understand when I listen to Renee talk her little toxic things, she's not doing any of these things. You hear? But that's why you know she's a wholesome girl. Okay?
Anyways,
Very wholesome.
anyways, that was a Good Girl podcast, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Bye guys.